Hey everyone, Harris Rubenstein here for NBA Now. The trade winds cannot stop swirling around the Los Angeles Lakers, so we're going to go through all the top trade rumors that we've gone through over the past week. And let's start with the Lakers not offering any of their young guys in trade talks, at least this point to the season. No Brandon Ingram, no Kyle Kuzma, no Josh Hart, and no Lonzo Ball in any trade talks so far. Why? Well, the Lakers still value them very highly. It seems that the Lakers want to keep the four big young guys until they sign a second free agent this offseason. They mostly want to see what the roster is going to look like if they pick up another superstar. Now, this all doesn't really make a ton of sense to me, seeing as someone has to get moved eventually. They have to move one of these guys, frankly, because you're not going to have enough money to pay all four of them. They already have LeBron on that massive contract. They're going to sign another free agent to a max contract this offseason. You can't pay all four of those guys, which means that someone inevitably is going to get traded. I understand the Lakers not wanting to move them yet, but if an offer is given to them that requires them to move one of these guys, I think they're going to budge. But I want to know from you guys, should the Lakers trade one of their young guys this season? Give me a Y for yes, give me an N for no. I think they are absolutely going to move on from one of them, maybe even two of them this offseason if they move to get a second or third star in the trade market to play with LeBron. So it's not really a matter of if, it's a matter of when the Lakers are going to trade one of their young guys. Let me know if you think it's going to happen during the season. I still say yes. I think they're going to move Josh Hart or Kyle Kuzma for a good piece. Definitely someone on the wing that can shoot. Maybe you see a Bradley Beal or CJ McCollum trade deadline trade. We'll talk about that as we get closer to the deadline. Let's talk about Brandon Ingram, though, a little bit more specifically. According to an anonymous NBA executive, yes, anonymous NBA executive, Brandon Ingram will probably be traded, which means as much as me telling you that Brandon Ingram is probably going to get traded. Look, we know the Lakers are looking for a second star player. They got to get someone to play next to LeBron, whether, like I said before, whether it's a Bradley Beal, a CJ McCollum, hell, even a John Wall. They have to get a second star next to him. That's clearly the biggest issue with this Lakers team right now. And unfortunately, Ingram's stock is quite low, and mostly because he has not been able to get any consistency in his play so far this season. I think they have to wait until he plays at least 20 games in a row. We're this far into the season, and Ingram has barely even played 10 games in a row at any point this season, whether it's been due to injury, that 5-game suspension he had to start the year. He has not been able to get his feet on the floor for a considerable amount of time playing next to LeBron. So I can understand why an NBA exec thinks that Ingram is going to get traded, but if any, out of any of these young guys, Ingram right now might have the least high of chances to get traded this season. Mostly because, like I said, he's just not playing that well right now. And I think the Lakers see that if they wait a year with him, get a free agent, then have Ingram next year or next offseason for Anthony Davis, that could be a really, really good setup for the Lakers. Now, I mentioned Anthony Davis, and obviously that's who the Lakers are stockpiling all of these assets and young players for. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, that is why the Lakers are so hesitant to make a move this season. Why trade one of your young players for a 33-year-old Trevor Ariza when you can package him in a deal to get Anthony Davis? Now, this all, is based off whether or not that Anthony Davis is actually put on the trade block, because as of right now, the Pelicans have there's no clear plan for them to move him. Neither should there be. The Pelicans are still very much in the playoff hunt this year, and they really should not give up on Anthony Davis this season. If they trade Anthony Davis this season, they're going to blow up everyone. They're going to trade Julius Randle. They're probably going to trade Nikola Mirotic. They'll likely trade Drew Holiday as well. So they'll probably wait until this offseason to trade Anthony Davis. Now, based off how poorly or how well the Pelicans play will actually determine Anthony Davis's trade value. Now, I know that's a little bit odd to say, but it really does depend on how good the Pelicans are when they're getting rid of Anthony Davis. If they totally bottom out this year, his price tag is going to be a lot higher simply because they're trying to rebuild. But if the Pelicans make an 8 seed or a 7 seed this year and Anthony Davis asks for a trade because they're just not getting enough done, then his trade value is a little bit lower, kind of like what we saw with the Spurs and Kawhi Leonard. They did get a nice player back in DeMar DeRozan, but I think we can all admit that as of right now, the Raptors are definitely on the winning side of that trade. So we're dusting off the Rubenstein trade machine. Here is my idea for what a good trade would be for Anthony Davis right now if the Pelicans decided to trade him away. I think Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma have to be on the table for the Lakers. They have to have both of them on the table, along with multiple first-round picks. Maybe you take out one of those first-round picks and add in Josh Hart if the Pelicans want another player. I know that a lot of Lakers fans are going to look at me and say, Harris, you're crazy. Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, 2 first-round picks for one player. You're nuts. Why not just continue to build through the draft? Well, LeBron's here now, guys. And if you even have the slightest modicum of a chance to put Anthony Davis on the court at the same time as LeBron James, you take it every single day of the week and twice on Tuesdays. There is no reason why the Lakers should not make a heavy move for Anthony Davis this offseason. If you have to sacrifice 3 of the 4 young guys and you keep Lonzo, oh well, you still have Anthony Davis. None of those 3 guys that the Lakers are going to trade, in Ingram, Kuzma, Hart, or hell, even Lonzo Ball, are ever even going to come close to how good that Anthony Davis is right now. They're not going to come close. Anthony Davis is a future Hall of Famer. Brandon Ingram might be a 3 to 4 time All-Star. Maybe. That's like the peak of his career. Kuzma maybe once or twice. I don't even know what the hell Lonzo's career is going to look like at this point. And Josh Hart's going to be a nice 3-point shooter on a contender in 3 years anyway. So you can have those guys, or you can have Anthony Davis. Give me AD all day. Let me know in the comment section below, will the Lakers trade for Anthony Davis? I say they're going to try, but I don't think they're going to be successful. I think they're going to have his price tag driven up way high by one Boston Celtics. Now, BETDSI has given us some great odds on Anthony Davis's next team in 2019. The Pelicans are still number 1 at plus 165. The Lakers are second at plus 210. The Celtics are at plus 835. If you're looking to make a little money, even if you're a Lakers fan, I don't know, plus 835 on the Celtics get Anthony Davis is a pretty interesting bet to me. And then the field's at plus 275. However, I don't really think there's another team in the NBA besides the Lakers or the Celtics who could afford to trade for Anthony Davis right now. So go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NBA120 for your 120% deposit bonus. Use some of that bonus. If you put down $100, you're going to get $120 for free when you use that promo code. Put down $50 on the Celtics at plus 835 to get Anthony Davis. That's a pretty good bet. You could end up with some pretty big winnings if you end up being right. But we have a special holiday giveaway. Now, I don't celebrate Christmas. That's for the rest of you. But for the rest of you out there, go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NBA120. Once you sign up and deposit, DM us at ChatSports on Twitter to get a free NBA jersey. Now, we would like you guys, screenshot your deposit, let us know on Twitter, but we can guarantee you guys a free NBA jersey if you guys deposit at chatsports.com/bet and use that promo code NBA120. Can I get a Luka Doncic jersey just for free? Can I just have one just as a victory lap for how great I was at calling that? Let's go to our next rumor here. Let's talk about Rajon Rondo. He is starting his rehab in the G League with the G League Lakers. He's missed the last month with a broken hand. Now, what's most interesting about Rondo coming back, how is he going to fit into the Lakers rotation? They've been playing really good basketball without him as of recent. Now, obviously, all of the Lakers' performance is really based off of whether or not LeBron James wants to try on a game-in, game-out basis. For anyone that's watched the Lakers this year, they win when LeBron is trying, and when LeBron isn't trying, they lose and get run off the court pretty easily. What a surprise. It's almost exactly like every other LeBron James regular season team the past 4 years. Now, Rondo is in a different category because Lonzo and LeBron James have actually been playing quite well, playing together. In fact, last week, they became the first Lakers teammates since, this is crazy, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson to get a triple-double in the same game. I'm sorry, Rajon Rondo. You're not getting a triple-double with LeBron James anytime soon. Lonzo Ball has really taken that starting point guard position by force and has done great things with it over the past couple of weeks since Rondo has been out. I think Rondo's going to fit into kind of a 10 to 18 minute rotation kind of a night player. I don't think you can have him play more than 20 to 25 minutes a night. I think at that point, his offensive rating is going to be too low, and his defense is deteriorating on a year-to-year basis as well. Lonzo's been playing some great ball. I think even when Rondo comes back, Lonzo is still going to get the lion's share of the minutes, for the Lakers. Let's talk a little Trevor Ariza and talk about how Robert Sarver is kind of ridiculous, but also his ridiculousness ended up actually getting him a better trade, which I never saw coming. So apparently the Lakers obviously wanted Trevor Ariza, but they offered him KCP and a future second-round pick. The only issue is that the Phoenix Suns really wanted Josh Hart. Like we said at the top of the program, no, the Lakers are not going to trade Josh Hart at this time for a washed-up 33-year-old wing who can't shoot threes anymore. The trade fell apart, and Ariza ended up as a member of the Washington Wizards, or should I say, is again a member of the Washington Wizards. Now, the Suns ended up with a pretty good deal for him anyway. I mean, they wanted a young guy, and they wanted, they wanted Kelly Oubre. They wanted a young player to replace Trevor Ariza with. I'm not sure what the hell the Suns are going to do. They have a million players on the wing now, whether it's TJ Warren, Kelly Oubre, Bridges, who they just drafted this year as well. I don't know what they're going to do on the wing with minutes and managing, but that's for Igor Koskov to figure out and not me. But good trade for the Wizards to get Trevor Ariza back. Maybe can help out that locker room, if anything can help out that locker room. But overall, the Lakers were not able to get Trevor Ariza this time around. We know he wanted to be a Laker, but I also would not have given up Josh Hart for Trevor Ariza. I don't think I would ever, at this point, give up Josh Hart for Trevor Ariza. That's a terrible trade. I don't know why the Wizards traded away Kelly Oubre. One thing you can also get your significant other for the holiday season this year is a great mizzen and main button-down shirt. Head to www.comfortable.af because these shirts are comfortable as F. I have like 6 of these in my closet. I just got another one for the holidays from my parents. They are unbelievably comfortable. You toss them in the wash, you toss them in the dryer, boom, they're done. No ironing, nothing. You don't even need to hang them up. You can fold them up, put them in your drawer if you want to. I do that a pretty good amount of time. So again, if you're looking for the perfect holiday present, go to www.comfortable.af. Let's go to our last rumor here. How about Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to the Philadelphia 76ers? Now, we know the 76ers have interest in KCP. That was reported back in November. That was also reported back at the start of the season in October as well. Here's the only issue. The Lakers refuse to take on any future salary. Why? They are very close to not having enough money to pay someone a max contract next offseason. They're really, really close. So they won't take on any future salary, which is why all the guys they signed to free agent deals this offseason were all one-year deals. This makes Philly a very tough match for trade. They don't have a lot of expiring contracts this offseason. Neither do they want to move any of their young guys that are on smaller long-term contracts. So Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to the Lakers, or excuse me, to the 76ers, it's not going to happen at this point. Seems that the Lakers might just be stuck with his ridiculous contract. I don't know who the hell's idea it was to give Kentavious Caldwell-Pope $13+ million a year. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are absolutely nuts. He has been bad this year. Straight up bad. Not that Trevor Ariza has been any better than Caldwell-Pope, but both of them have just been awful. And it's no surprise to me at all that the Lakers are trying to ship him out to bring in another wing guy. I think we could see them get another shooting guard, or maybe they try to get a versatile like 6'8" or 6'9", like Morris brother, to get on the outside. One more time, chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NBA120 for a 120% deposit bonus. Enjoy the Lakers this weekend. And guys, remember, check out the Lakers on Christmas Day this year, as always.